Hey y'all, I'm Sherilyn and this is Just Goodness 333 Little Homestead. And today I want to show you my wild, beautiful garden. Look, we have okra. It's August 1st and the okra finally decided to come to the party. I'm so excited. This okra is as tall as I am and it's finally decided to start giving us some food. And moving on from the okra, I wanted to show you the chicken garden. It's just looking absolutely beautiful. I added some of the wild sweet potato vine. And look at these cowpeas. They've gone crazy. And there's more long beans on the trellis. It's just so lovely. And the zinnias are just dressing this garden out to perfection. I absolutely love it. This is the Lago spinach, and I got this from Echo Farms in their seed store. This stuff is so good. The other day, I made a quiche, and quiche Lorraine, is it called? It calls for spinach. And all I had was the Lago spinach and the vegetable amaranth, which I'll show you in a minute, and I used some sweet potato leaves. And it was absolutely delicious. Just gathered several handfuls, washed them, chopped them up, and used them in place of spinach. Now this is August 1st in South Florida. It's hard for me to grow spinach in zone 10A, even in the winter time. So to have spinach, and I love quiche, absolutely love quiche, and to have spinach available for recipes like that, or a spinach substitute, is just absolutely wonderful. It's so good too. And so healthy. Now let's check in on our little woodland creatures village. It has been overrun. That little village has brought me so much joy just to look at it. It's so pretty. And speaking of pretty, let's look at this. Look at this cotton candy zinnia. Isn't she beautiful? And I've never had a peach zinnia before. It's beautiful. Some of our miniature sunflowers. I'm letting these Chinese noodle beans go to seed. The vines have given up. Well, let's step inside this garden. It's full of weeds, I warn you. The sweet potatoes here in this bed are coming onto the trellis, and I think it's going to take over the trellis and give us that beauty we love. And here's something else I picked up at Echo Farm. when my dad and I went, and this is a society garlic. It's my first time growing it, but I'm absolutely loving how it looks here. Now, Florida is subtropical and we do get a lot of rain, but we've had unheard of amounts of rain. Now, this Black Beauty eggplant is the larger eggplant variety. It's starting to bear fruit, but you can see the leaves are looking a little bit pale, and it's lost a few leaves. But let's check out the fruit that's coming on. And here's the ping tong variety. It is just full. I have harvested so much eggplant. So unless you just really need the big fat eggplants for your particular recipe, this ping tong is always prolific. It's always bearing so much. And you can see the sweet potatoes have taken over everything. This is not going to fit in my harvesting apron. This is the cranberry hibiscus. This is a tropical plant, and like its name says, it's in the hibiscus family. It's very closely related to sorrel, and it has these gorgeous, beautiful maple leaf shapes. These leaves look like fall maple leaves, and we live in South Florida, so anytime we can get something that looks like a fall leaf, I love it. But for today, I'm going to feed these to the chickens. Now, I can also take these, they're kind of tart. Let me show you. Especially when they're young and tender. They're an extremely good addition. Sunlight on my face. They're a really good addition to your salads. They're a little bit tart. Pretty tender. They're not quite as tender as the lago spinach, but so good. It's not quite a lemony taste, but it has that like a mild lemon twang. You know how you I might have another breakfast in the garden. Check for bugs first. You can also make tea with these. You can steep them, you know, if you like lemon tea, you can cut them up and steep them. Have a little honey in there. I might try that this morning. That actually sounds really good. These sunflowers I thought would never sprout and come up, but we have a sunflower head right up there. I'm not sure if you can see it. They're going to be so beautiful. Check out this okra jungle. And tucked right back here in the corner is my rose bush. And a few beautiful crimson zinnias. I rescued that rose bush from the clearance section of Home Depot. It's a knockout rose. And the neighbor's crepe myrtle just dresses out the garden, as well as does their flag. And here we are behind the sunflowers. I just love these cowpea flowers and long bean flowers. They're so pretty. I've got to come back here and harvest a few more beans. Here's some more of those cotton candy zinnias. I am absolutely in love with these. And look at the tiny ones. This is the vegetable amaranth. It does grow tall, and I've pinched off the tops of these. And if you pinch off the tops, they're supposed to get bushier. They just keep reaching for the sky. But isn't this just gorgeous? Look at this. I love multicolored foliage, whether it's variegated or whether it's just multicolored. And this is what I also put in that quiche the other day. It's, let me check for some bugs. We like to eat a lot of what grows in the garden and not the bugs. This is gorgeous. It's nice and tender. You can steam this, you can toss it in a stir fry, or you can just eat it. Makes a great salad. It has this has this has a little bit more of a almost like a kale flavor. It tastes like a mild kale. It's really good, but it's not sturdy enough to do kale chips or anything with. It's very soft like spinach, but it tastes like kale. Win-win. And this is the fence that we put the long beans on. There's supposed to be 3 varieties. So far the Chinese red noodle beans have showed up first, and there were some long green beans. I think I'm going to saute some of these up. And let's visit our summertime tomatoes and our volunteers over here in the shade area. This is the Heatmaster hybrid tomato from Bonnie Plants, and it has not, like I said, we've had probably 30 inches of rain. It's a pretty good sized plant, but it has not set any fruit. This, on the other hand, is the Somerset from Bonnie Plants. It's had tons of flowers, and on the lower branches it has set some fruit. I'm not discouraged by the fact that this has only put on about 3 fruits. My goal in this experiment was to find tomatoes that will grow in Florida, set fruit in Florida in the summertime. Now, I was not going to do a big summertime garden. And then with the pandemic and things like that, I said, hey, why not? Let's go ahead and grow everything we can grow, just in case. And then I went and got these plants, and I didn't get them in the ground until late May. Now, if I had gotten a hold of these probably earlier in April, they may have had a faster start. I'm not sure. But my goal has been to find these tomatoes that will bear in summertime. And I'm not discouraged by this for this reason. We've had almost 30 inches of rain. It's been extraordinarily wet. And when it's wet in the atmosphere, when it's extremely humid or it rains a lot of the pollen in your plants becomes clumpy, and it doesn't pollinate as well. And sometimes the pollen becomes really almost sterile. So I'm not an expert by any means, but the experts told me I couldn't grow big tomatoes in summertime. So I just kind of want to experiment, be a little rebellious. And I am growing some tomatoes, and if it had been a little drier, I think this bush would be full. I will definitely purchase Somerset tomato plants next spring and late spring here in Florida, and I will grow a garden full of tomatoes. Betcha! Y'all stick around, subscribe, and follow the journey. This apron is getting heavy, y'all. Hey, Houdini. My girls have been super busy. I'm also going to make some yogurt in a little bit, and I'll probably video that. I'm not sure yet. This is a pretty decent harvest. Now, we've just started getting okra, so I only got these 3 today. Pretty soon I'll be up to my eyeballs in okra. But I'm going to take these long beans and some of the eggplant, and I think I'm going to roast these. I'm going to brush some olive oil on them and some garlic salt and some cracked pepper and maybe a little bit of onion powder. And I am going to roast these in a 425 oven later. Be really careful with the long beans, the noodle beans. They are really tender and they'll cook really quickly. I think that's what's going to be for lunch. Well, hey, listen, thank you guys for stopping by the homestead. I really hope you enjoyed my little garden tour, and I hope you guys come back. We've got lots of canning videos coming up for you. I'm doing some DIY. All this kitchen cabinetry behind me, this is all about to change. I'm going to put in shelving and an island, and I'm going to be putting that all on video. I'm going to be doing some upgrading to my kitchen. What else are we going to be doing? I don't know. So y'all just come back. Until next time, bye y'all.